Right now, I'm in one of the best food cities in the world. And believe it or not, it's Tijuana. Think about it. There's a long, important heritage of great food here. A world-class wine region, great cheeses, one of Mexico's most vibrant taco cultures. This is the birthplace of the margarita. And recently, Tijuana has become the home of a world-class culinary school and some of North America's top chefs. One of those chefs is Javier Plasencia. With his family, he owns a number of restaurants in Tijuana. But Misión 19, Mission 19, housed in a very modern, LEED-certified building, is the showcase for his vision of modern-day Tijuana cuisine. I joined some local friends at Javier's place for some pretty spectacular food and some lively conversation about Tijuana, its exciting food culture, and its promising future. Our first course was a remarkable salad of baby head lettuce with a creamy dressing of aged cotija cheese from the state of Michoacan. It was topped with some pickled chilies, bacon, some microgreens, and a drizzle of 2 full-flavored varieties of local olive oil. Our first beverage was a large-format craft beer made by a local winemaker and served in champagne glasses.
Salud.
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 Bienvenido.
Muchas gracias. Very nice. Very nice. Fruity. Very nice beer, yeah. Provecho.
Provecho.
Did you all eat just like this growing up?
Yes.
Having beautiful food like Javier makes?
For
Where
me,
did you grow up?
I grew up here in Tijuana. I'm from Tijuana, but my parents are from different central parts of Mexico.
Uh-huh.
My mom is from Guadalajara and my dad is from Michoacan.
Uh-huh.
So growing up in my house was menudo, pozole, sopes, lots of very traditional Mexican food.
Right.
Delicious also.
Most of the people in Tijuana, we have like the same story. We come like from central of Mexico and we bring our dishes, like Aldo is saying, for us is pozole, menudo, mole.
Classics from other parts
there is
of
the
Mexico.
classics.
You get a sense of that in these kind of dishes when they're mixing products from this region, but with the chile and with the salsas from central parts of Mexico.
But we're just a few miles from San Diego as well. And there's a lot of San Diego on this plate as well. So there's an influence from that side. This is very interesting because it's a little the heart of an iceberg lettuce, a sauce that if I was across the border, you know, what I would say is that this is some kind of ranch dressing, but it doesn't taste like ranch dressing.
It
tastes
looks like.
Yeah, I mean, it's cotija cheese, and it's got this savory, wonderful thing with the chilies and the black pepper and the little tomatoes that have been slightly dried, and bacon. There's a lot of really cool things going on this plate. Javier, what brought you to Tijuana?
Well,
why did you want to come here?
You know, basically, I suddenly realized that there were no any culinary school in Tijuana. At that time in Santiago, I was working in a school, culinary school there. So I decided coming here.
So you came here. You came here for the food.
Yes, directly.
I go most places for the food.
Picture this. It's the 1920s, during Prohibition in the United States and the early days of Hollywood. The glamour set came across the border to Tijuana's huge casino resorts. This was Vegas before there was a Las Vegas. Around this boom time, the Italian-born Cesar Cardini opened up his grand restaurant here in Tijuana. And in 1927, they say he created his first Caesar salad. Yes, the Caesar salad was born right here in Mexico. Caesar's restaurant has seen a lot of ups and downs since then, but it's recently been given new life by Javier Plasencia's family. And in my opinion, they've returned it to its original grandeur.
And they still make that traditional Caesar salad today. La ensalada César, por favor.
Claro que sí, señor. Enseguida.
That original Caesar's recipe starts with some chopped garlic, a little anchovy, freshly squeezed lime juice, a bit of mustard, black pepper, Worcestershire sauce. Then that's all blended well with the yolk of an egg and some of the region's famous olive oil. Finally, the leaves of the romaine heart are turned in the dressing and then topped with some Parmesan cheese and a crouton or two.
Muchas gracias, señor. Gracias. I'd say that's worth the effort. I mean, it's way more subtle, more complex. The dressing's a lot lighter than almost any Caesar salad that I've ever had in my life. This is really delicious.
But Tijuana isn't just about the old classics like Caesar's. The Tijuana Culinary Arts School is a stunning example of Tijuana's new food scene. The students here are being taught to respect the classics and to push the boundaries of what Mexican food has been. They do their internships in the best restaurants all over the world, and then they return home to add their special vision to the local restaurant culture. Some of the students gave me a glimpse and a taste of their modern reinterpretations of that classic Caesar salad.
Some cheese, the ingredient.
It's a Caesar salad shot. I kind of like that. A Caesar salad martini. Okay, I went from a shot, now I'm getting bigger. It's a little bit bigger over here, okay? And I really like that a lot. I think congratulations, that's a very nice job, thank you. Thank you all very much for everything. This is just wonderful. There's a lot of very good ideas here on the table, but always respect the tradition that it comes from. If you don't know how to make it perfectly in the old-fashioned way, you'll never make a great modern interpretation of it. So keep thinking about that with everything that you do. You guys are doing great work. You have a wonderful facility. I'm sure I'm going to see all of you in the next few years in great restaurants. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Our next course at Mission 19 was an unbelievably fresh, locally farmed bluefin tuna. Chef Javier diced the tuna and then used it to create a very modern parfait with layer after layer of wonderful flavors. A creamy guacamole, sea beans, Mexican crema, some powdered seeds and nuts, microgreens, and then it was all infused with the flavor of wood smoke. We were served an absolutely perfect wine match, a 2009 Sauvignon Blanc from the nearby Valle de Guadalupe.
Okay, here we go.
And then the tuna tartare was brought to the table and unveiled.
Wow. Well, that's
Something you don't
certainly
see every
dramatic.
day.
No. Wow.
really nice.
Now that's a Sauvignon Blanc. It's not just light and crisp. It's got lots of weight to it. Lots of body. Well, I have to get into this now. I can't. I can't talk anymore until I taste some of it. Some more of the sea beans. Tuna, lime, cream. But I taste a little bit of ginger. I taste a little bit of soy sauce, which is something that I keep tasting from a lot of the chefs here. And I think Most people in the United States would find that very surprising because there's all this Asian influence for a lot of the chefs. First course, we tasted some what I would call like American influence in the dish, but it was clearly not American. And here I'm tasting some Asian influence. There's a lot of Asian influence.
Yeah, because we have a lot of Chinese. We
When
have a
did-
big population of Chinese.
When did the Chinese come here?
They came in the 1890s to build the railroad
The railroad.
from Mexicali to Sonora. And we also have a lot of people from Japan. Traditional fish taco. It's tempura,
Tempura.
fish tempura involved in a tortilla. And that's from those times. The Japanese came in,
And
they
change,
came in
adapt to
1905.
the
This-
Mexican ingredients because it's not really a tempura. It's different.
But it's different. That's the whole thing. Tijuana has got to be one of the greatest melting pot cuisines, and yet it has its own character. It's not Chinese food and Japanese food and U.S. food. It's a little bit of everything, kind of all reinterpreted, reimagined, and out comes beautiful stuff like this.
When I leave Baja, the thing I miss the most is the amazing seafood. I mean, there's just such abundance, such variety. You simply never talk to a chef here who doesn't cite local seafood as his or her primary inspiration in the kitchen. Our main course from Chef Javier was braised short ribs that were wrapped and roasted in fig leaves and then served with a Oaxacan black mole, certainly unique for Baja.
It's like painting on canvas, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Tell us what we have in front of us.
Well, this is a dish. I thought about it when we were eating street tacos, actually, and I love the smell of all the food that's being grilled in the streets. And my neighbor actually got this huge fig tree, and I really love the smell of the figs when you bake them and when you cook with them. So what we did is we took some braised short rib that we braised for 8 hours, and then wrap it around this fig leaf, bake it again, and we finish it off with a black mole sauce from Oaxaca. So all together, it's wonderful. It's very tasty, and the smell.
The smell is amazing. Thank you very, very much.
Enjoy.
Okay.
Salud.
Thank you. Salud. Salud. Salud.